freshmen. Welcome to your commitment ceremony. Some of you may be wondering just what exactly this time will entail. And I'm going to tell you, I think you maybe talked about it a little bit prior to arrival here, but I'll just go over some logistical things first, and then I'm going to introduce our speakers. I would ask, I hope that you know, but it's really important to be thoughtful and respectful as people are here, so make sure that your phones are put away and off so that you give your full attention to the speakers as they're up here talking to you. This is now my 4th year in the building and my 4th commitment ceremony. We do this every year with the freshman class to make sure there is a really strong level of understanding of how important we believe it is, and we want you to understand and see how important we think it is for you to graduate on time with your classmates, and as a freshman, make a commitment to doing so. Because your freshman year is a pretty pivotal year for you. You have seen and understood that throughout the first few months. We're already now in 4th quarter. You guys, we are counting down the days that remain in your 9th grade career, and then you are moving on into your academy and your upperclassmen years and making those decisions for your future. So, a couple logistical things to go over. First and foremost, you probably noticed, but there are no bells today, okay? So as you're going through your classes, your schedule will remain as normal. However, there are no bells, so be thoughtful of that. Also, we have a pretty cool day happening in our building outside of our freshman commitment ceremony. We have a whole class, just like you, of juniors, 11th graders, just in the other wing across from us right now, taking their ACT test. That's a pretty important test for them. They are taking it very seriously. We made it clear to them to take it very seriously. This is an opportunity that hopefully you too will have available to you when you get to your 11th grade year. So please make sure you're thoughtful of that as we're moving around the building today. You may or may not have seen or heard, but also the 10th grade class, that's you next year, are out and about in the community and even further experiencing some different things at colleges or job placements or things like that. So these are opportunities that are coming up for you. So please be thoughtful of all of that as we're moving throughout our day. If you have an elective class over in the B wing, I'm thinking you've probably already been communicated with, and you probably have a clear plan, but if not, make sure that you're aware there's significant testing going on over there. So if that is indeed where your class is, generally speaking, you're going to be probably flexed and stay in the commons. But if you've been told something else by that instructor, make sure you follow that, okay? Otherwise, we are on a normal schedule today after this ceremony. Now, I didn't mention the senior class. The senior class is not here today. However, we have secured 4 seniors who did not need to be here today. Today, they do not have class. But in all my 4 years of doing this commitment ceremony, we've had a wide variety of speakers come and talk to us, and they've done a great job, and it's been powerful and motivational. However, in thinking about it, and where we secured these students, I think this is going to be the best and most inspirational for you, because these folks were sitting in your spot just a few years ago. So as they began their freshman journey, they went through their commitment ceremony. They had some different circumstances because it was the first COVID year. We had all kinds of different things, but they experienced this, and now they have gone through their journey. They are at the end. They have months to go, and they are leaving this building and moving on. They are willing to come here today and speak to you about their level of commitment and how hopefully that will translate to you. Again, it's really important that we give our utmost respect and honor as they've taken time out of their day off to come here and speak to you because they thought it was so important to share the message of commitment that they made, so you can find the commitment that you are going to make today and going into the future. So with that, I am going to introduce the first of our 4 speakers today. So I would like to introduce to you first Ava Reddington, a senior here at Alexandria Area High School.
I am Ava Reddington, and I'm a part of the HSHS Academy here at the high school. Some things that I'm involved in is the Theater Department, Leadership Council, DECA, NHS, and I'm a senior ambassador. This fall, I will be attending St. Scholastica in Duluth to pursue a career in teaching social studies and hopefully teaching abroad as well in different countries. Today, I'm here to talk to you about my commitment to Alexandria Area High School. And I'd like to start out with a little story. Who in here took health careers? Ooh. Okay, so you might have had the speaker I did. So I took health careers my freshman year thinking I wanted to be a nurse. I clearly found out that I didn't from a speaker that came in and kind of described different things that he had to do on a battlefield with soldiers, and I almost fainted. And so I found out that wasn't really for me. And then the next year, my 10th grade year, I took human service careers, and I loved it. I enjoyed helping people, I enjoyed the field trips we went on. And so there was this unit where we had to put together a lesson for education. And I picked the water cycle, and I taught my whole class how the water cycle worked, and they had to pretend like they were second graders. And it was super fun, and I really enjoyed it. And so that's what led me to want to be a teacher. And then I took CAPS education this year, which I'll talk about a little bit later. Before that, I do want to talk about our college credit here because I've been committed to a lot of our credits here at the high school. I started off by taking AP courses like AP Human Geography and AP Bio. I found out quickly that those weren't my kind of college credits because your grade depends on the test at the end, and like those juniors taking the ACT, I am not a great test taker. I found that out many times in high school. And so I still wanted to take college courses and stay committed to that, so I decided to go with the ones that your grade comes, or your credit comes from your grade. So like College American is one that I really, really enjoyed, and I got a bunch of credit out of that. So staying committed to the college credit helped me get a semester or 2 ahead in college, which is great because it was free. I do also want to talk about our CAPS classes here. I took education CAPS, there's also business CAPS, the new one is human services CAPS, there's health services CAPS, and then also EMT&R CAPS. All of these are classes where you go out into the community, shadow people, and you kind of learn by following different people in the community. I had the chance to go to 3 different schools for education CAPS. I started at Voyager in Mr. Larson's class, and I quickly found out that 5th graders were a little too crazy for me. Then I came to Human Development with actually probably a lot of you, with Ms. Hofer, and I really liked that. And then I went over to DMS, which was actually my favorite, which a lot of people will be like, ugh, middle school, but I enjoyed it. And what I learned is this solidified me wanting to be a teacher because I enjoyed this so much and I got to go out and experience all these things. But I did have a friend that was in education CAPS and in business CAPS. And he found out quickly that finance was what he wanted to go into because he did not enjoy education CAPS, but we have to go through things like this to understand what we don't want to do. And so I've stayed committed to all my classes to figure out that I wanted to be a teacher, and I think we have so many opportunities in our school that other schools don't have to help us figure out what we want to do in our future. One more thing I want to add is when I was a freshman, I was brand new to the school district. I came from Dallas, Texas, and so it was really hard for me to get out of my comfort zone and do different things. But now standing here today, I feel like I've been so involved in the school and met so many amazing people. So if teaching isn't for you, if college credit isn't for you, at least take from me that getting out of your comfort zone is really, really important. But now I'm going to go on and give the microphone to Hunter and Nick. They're going to talk to you about Cardinal Fab.
Alright, I'm Hunter Walls, and I'm part of the EMT&R Academy.
And I'm Nick Kiles, and I'm also part of the EMT&R Academy. and I'm also part of the Clay Target League and FFA.
I am also a part of the Clay Target League, FFA, 4-H, and also NHS. My future plans after high school is to go to gunsmithing precision machining over at Pine Tech in Pine City, Minnesota.
And I'm just going to go straight into the workforce. And
so what our commitments really showed us here is you should really stick with what you say you're going to do. Through the highs and lows, no matter what it takes you should just do it because you can learn a lot from it. No matter where you're just going to end up. Life's a journey.
so taking all the hands-on classes led us to Cardinal Fab, which is a student-run business here. We make a bunch of custom wood projects and metal projects like this sign here, those beanbag boards, and that bolt motor. And those bolt motors are a pretty cool thing. It's for the leadership class of Alexandria. We made about 18 of them so far, and they're going to be put up all around the town. And we've taken Cardinal Fab both our junior and senior year. In the junior year, we were just kind of just working in the shop, in the metal shop, and design shop. And now as seniors, we're taking on more leadership roles as Walls is the metal shop manager, and I'm the student manager.
So some of our product samples is we have here some of our bigger ones, but we also do a lot more. We have our whole website over on the school page. So we make everything from these little wooden lake signs, and they're all carved in with epoxy. You can pour the epoxy so it has all like the contours and the depths and all that. We have Minnesota signs, American flags. We do a lot of epoxy coasters for people of their lakes and home lakes, and you can do like a star of where you live and stuff like that. So now we're going to pass it over to Michaela.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Michaela Hinnenkamp, and I am from the BCE Academy, which also includes the fine arts. Some of the things that I've been involved in this high school has been NHS and a lot in the music department. For my future plans, I'm going to attend Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee for commercial violin performance. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically gigging, touring, and playing with a bunch of different bands. So first off, I just want to say, when I was in 9th grade and I was sitting where you are, I had no idea what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, or just what classes I wanted to take. So it's okay not to have it all figured out. My commitment to this high school means many various things. So my first 2 years in this high school, I just tried a variety of subjects, but nothing really seemed to stick. Orchestra was always a staple to my high school class schedule because it was a class I really liked and it made me really happy. Through the end of my sophomore year, I started to teach lessons at Carlson Music Center and gig with my grandpa on the side, and that's something I've been doing since I was 12 years old. I didn't know really how to weave together music and my education. This was until Brad Lambert called up a band. And this happened. I met Blonde and the Bohunk. Through the school's orchestra program and Brad Lambert, I met my current band. Getting to play with such amazing musicians has helped me grow and further myself in the industry. Last summer, we opened for Darian Lee, Little Texas, and David Lee Murphy at Revved Up Country Fest. Some of you might have been there. We also opened for the Fabulous Armadillos at Brophy Summer Series, and we also played at some casinos, and if anyone asks, I'm definitely over 18. We also did a ton of traveling, and we played about 20 plus gigs last summer. It was just so cool to go places and just share the joy of music through playing and just to so many people. I just think it's amazing that I can trace all of these things back to that one phone call that Brad made. and my music network only grew from there. Okay, so from going from left to right, from the top, through putting myself out there, I found myself on stages, jamming with people like Nashville residing Patrick Murphy and his band that actually went to Belmont, Ben Stock's Dead Nettles. I've gone all the way down to Bowling Green, Kentucky to play with the CP Trio at the White Squirrel Brewery. I've played in many open jams like Copper Trail Blues Jam Night, the VFW Jam, and many others. Playing also meant networking. So the bottom row, middle photo, at Revved Up Country Fest, this is Darian Lee and her lead guitarist, Nate Cook. They both live in Nashville, and I actually reached out to Nate before I went to go audition to my college in November. And he did set me up with a gig at Alan Jackson's Bar on Broadway, that I think an hour after my audition, but unfortunately got canceled, I think, to some singer issues, so it didn't end up happening, but that's okay. I still got to watch him play in a bar down the street, so that was just really cool. I also got to meet and watch Grace Bowers play, and for those of you who don't know her, she is an amazing 17-year-old guitarist who has played her way into bands with Lainey Wilson, Tyler Childers, I think that's how you say that, and she's also opened for Marcus King, so she's just really cool, and it was really awesome to get to meet and talk with someone who is trying to achieve the same goal. Okay, almost done here. All in all, what I want you to do is I want you to care. I know I didn't when I was in 9th grade, but I want you to. This high school is a place filled with a lot of amazing opportunities and connections. So I want you to take advantage of everything and say yes to a ton of opportunities. If you have any questions about the industry, high school music classes, or maybe wanting to buy a Tantrum Distortion Effects pedal, please reach out. Anyways, if it's okay with you all, I prepared about 20 minutes of an unaccompanied Bach sonata. I just need to go grab my violin quick. Is it on? Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to play Bach. I will be playing the ending of Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses, arranged by rock fiddler Adam DeGraff. This is actually the song I ended with at my Nashville audition. So enjoy, and thank you for letting us share our stories with you.
So I think by now you can tell why this was maybe my favorite choice of our speakers to come to you and talk at the commitment ceremony. Now, again, everybody prior to this has done a wonderful job and been very impactful speaking to students, but how about, let's have these four come back down and let's hear it for them. Again, this is their day off. They came here to speak to you, so please give them a very warm thank you and round of applause. Thank you guys so very much. You did amazing. Now you can go do whatever it is you want to do on your day off. Thank you and enjoy. All right, students, you might run into these people as maybe you go enter another classroom, or maybe out in the work world in their professional life, or maybe on TV or at a concert that you didn't know. These are students that literally sat in the spot that you are sitting right now just a few short years ago. And the emphasis that we wanted to put on was everybody has a spot. Everybody has a place. We want for you all to create your own pathway. You see that these are very distinct and very different stories, right? They all came from where you are in 9th grade right now. They were sitting here listening to our speaker on our commitment ceremony day and going, okay, yep, what might I want to do with my future? And now not only have they thought about it here, they have lived it all the way through until they are almost done. So please, please, please think today as you go back, because our next step from here is for you to return to your advisory room where you were prior. Not only is your advisor in there, but in many, I think in most, if not all, you'll have a fan coach in there with you as well, or another adult who is in there to help support you in this journey and be thoughtful, and for you to consider, hey guys, let's focus, because this is pretty important stuff, right? They are here to help you consider what your future is and commit to making the choice right now as a freshman to graduate on time with all of the people you see here around you. Okay, and it's very important that you take this seriously, be thoughtful and intentional with what you're writing, what you're thinking, what you're saying. You're gonna do some little activities, and then at the end, this will all culminate in us coming back together in the gym, and for you to actually sign a banner that says, I am committing as a student of the class of 2027 to graduating on time with the people around me and creating my own path just like those individuals did.